Welcome everyone! Today we'll learn how to use the in, ref and out modifiers in C#. So go to Visual Studio and create a new console application, define the name, select the latest .NET version and create the project. For this demo we'll calculate a shopping cart total. So let's create a new record which will represent the item for the shopping cart with three properties. The first one will be the origin, which will be the code, and similarly for the destination, add a third property, which will be the subtotal. Add a new class for the cost, so add two properties. The first one will be the shipping cost, and a second property for the taxes. So in the shopping cart, we'll create a single item and a new cost object, and we'll calculate the cost based on the origin and destination codes. So add a new variable, which will be a new reference for the record. Find any origin and destination code and a subtotal. Create a new cost object and add a method to calculate the total. So it will receive two parameters, the item with the origin and destination and the cost. So we'll verify if the origin and destination are different. We'll set random values for the shipping and taxes cost. Invoke this method, pass the respective parameters, and create a new variable to calculate the total. So the shopping cart total will be the sum of the subtotal plus shipping and taxes cost, and move this line to print the total by a console, save it and run the application. We have the correct shopping cart total. So by default, a reference type object passed into a method will be reflected outside if we change any of its properties. So we change the shipping and taxes cost inside the calculate total method, and it will be reflected in the shopping cart total. Let's perform a slight modification in the calculate total. Instead of assigning values to each property, we'll create a new reference type for this cost object, and we'll set the random values for the taxes and the shipping variables. Run the application, and the total is not correct. Why? If you assign a new reference to the object inside the method, it will not be visible from the column method. So the shopping cart total would just be the subtotal because we don't have the shipping and cost from the calculate cost method. However, with the ref modifier, it's possible to assign a new reference type to the object and be reflected outside the method. So use the ref keyword. Both the method definition and the call method must explicitly add this keyword, run the application, and the new reference type is reflected outside the method, so the total is correct. Let's set the destination as the origin. So with this modifier, it's optional to assign a new value to the parameter inside the method. So let's change the destination. So finally, to use ref, the argument must be initialized before calling the method. Now let's take a look at the out keyword, which is useful when a method needs to return more than one value. So instead of getting the shipping and taxes cost from this reference type, we'll create two out property modifiers to represent the shipping and taxes and to get these values from the calculate total method. So let's define two double properties. So as you see, the calling method doesn't require to initialize these properties, but we must explicitly add the out keywords from this calling method and from the method definition. So go to the calculate total definition and add these two out keywords for the two properties. Using the out modifier, the method must assign a new value to the parameter. So at the bottom of this method, let's initialize the shipping value based on the cost object, and similarly for the taxes parameter. Update the total based on these two parameters, save it and run the application. So we have the same result by using the out modifier to get the shipping and taxes cost. Now imagine that in the calculate total method, we will add a new reference to this item object with different values. So we'll set the origin and destination as the same and the same subtotal. So we don't want to assign a new reference object to this parameter inside the method. Let's run this application and we have the wrong total. So to prevent assigning a new reference type to this object, we can use the in keyword. By using the in modifier, the method can read but not write the parameter. So in the calculate total, add the in keyword, and from the method definition we have a compiler error because we cannot write this parameter. So remove this line. It is optional to add the in keyword from the caller method. Let's test the application and we have the correct shopping cart total. So we're not able to change the reference type for the item object inside the calculate cost method. Finally, the in keyword can be applied in for each statements from and join clauses by using the link query syntax. So in this demo, we've learned how to use the ref in and out modifiers in C#.